This video is proudly sponsored by DigimonCard.io for all your Digimon card, deck building, deck list, card pricing, and discussion needs. Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today we've got a deck list for you guys today for Digimon. I haven't made a deck list in a while just because I haven't felt too inspired on something to make that's really unique. I know there's just been a lot of Bond decks and a lot of Imperialdramon decks hanging around and stuff, and it's just something that I don't have really a good handle on, and I have been doing a lot of Lilith Loop if you haven't checked my previous deck profiles and videos, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I made this one kind of on a whim, and it turned out to be pretty fun, and I think it was a really good choice for a deck to make and play on my stream. So we're going to talk about it today. If you guys want just the list, it should be in the description. Also, there's a link to my Twitch as well, so if you want to follow there, you get notifications when I go live. And we're doing some giveaways for EX01 packs as well, so if you want to be part of that, make sure to join the streams. But let's just jump on into the list. So for our eggs, we've got 4 Upamons and a BBmon for the 5th one, just for something to add a 5th one. I do think we do, and sometimes you can get this memory +1 off. It is kind of nice when it does happen. It is a little specific, and there are a lot more memory hate than they usually are, but Upamon's super good. I think we are really dependent on finding the pieces that we need, so that extra card draw is a little bit more important than kind of removal and stuff, but pretty standard there. Going into our rookies, we are running, I believe, technically 16, but spoilers, one's going to be Lucemon. We're running 4 Pulsemons, just the best yellow rookie, especially for a Mastemon list because it can gain memory when it's played, and it's especially since it's 3 or less when it's played, so it's very easy to get the Mastemon effect, to get the the memory +1 when you play it. So if you need to extend your plays, you can. We also do have 4 Starmons because we do need some sort of removal, and a removal on a rookie body is nice, especially if you're playing somewhat of a spam deck, so that's kind of cool in there. We are also running some Salamons, 3 of them to be exact, just to make sure that we have some more security and ways to get some recover, while also having a nice kind of easy body on the board. We also do have 2 Patamons, just in case we need to do some emergency recover as well. 2 Bushiagamons for some aggressive, so if we need to go in for game. Once again, this can be played off Mastemon really easily, and then because of that, you get 1 more swing, 1 more damage, and that can win you the game. And then we also do have that Lucemon I mentioned. So pretty good. We are yellow. Yellow's really good at spamming rookies, and I would say yellow has probably some of the best rookies in the game. So you can do your own ratios. I think these are the ones you kind of want outright. Once again, Pulsemon I think is the only one I'd hard recommend having 4 of. Everything else I think is kind of loosey-goosey. But being able to, especially if you like Bushiagamons more, you can. If you want Salamons for the recovery more. If you don't like the Patamons, you can get rid of them. But I do think this is a healthy mix of rookies and can kind of get you where you need to go in this game. So a lot of good on plays, on deletions, and just all that kind of stuff, which makes this really, really good. So those are our rookies. They're 16 again, but one of them is Lucemon. Going into our champions, we have 4 Wizardmon. So this is from BT6. It has a nice inheritable. Your turn. Once per turn, when a card is removed from your security, you are able to gain 1 memory. So that includes cards such as TK, because it does remove a card from your security and then adds another one back. So that does count as getting the memory. So if you do have this Wizardmon out, you can play TK for 3, which is nice. But we also have just a lot of abilities in itself. For example, Mastemon loves to hit its own security. So we have that. Dynasmon's the same way too. So it is helpful. Fortunately, it's not every turn or both turns. That would be kind of busted if it was, but it's also a 4 cost just to play it, so not too terrible just to do that as a hard cast and kind of go up into your plays. We're also playing 4 Pedomon just to have some defense. We do go slow on our security sometimes, so to have some blockers can be very helpful, and they're 1 cost to go up to, so that's very nice. We also do have some alternative blockers in Godamon. These only get blocker when you have a purple card out, so Mastemon, but just the fact that you can hard cast this for 6 and you get a recovery as long as you have 3 or less security is nice. A great play to play off Mastemon. And we do have some triggers that depend on recovering our memory or our security, so that's very good there. And then just 2 Mimicmon. I think this is okay for what it does too. So it is a 4 cost champion, also from set 6. And if you have 3 or fewer security cards, just gain 2 memory. So it's kind of like a better Pulsemon at like 2 security because it gets 2 memory instead of 1, and it's a level 4. So very kind of good there. And if you do just have 4 less security, this can be a 2 memory play, which is good if we look at our level 5s. We're just going to keep these there. So new from the EX set, we do have the Magna Aandroidd. And I really like this card. I think it doesn't get enough respect for what it does, but when attacking, if you have 3 or more security, this gains plus 4k until the end of your opponent's next turn. And then your turn, once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, you gain 1 memory. So both of our level 6s that we kind of play in this deck are 4 cost, which is a little bit expensive at times. But what it does let you do is that this can let them go to 3 drops. Same with these, the Wizardmon, both of them definitely get rid of security, so that's helpful. But if you have Wizardmon and Magna Aandroidd, that can make a 2 memory play. Then if you get Mimicmon back with Mastemon, it means you played a Mastemon for free, which means you did a damage to your opponent and you got a bunch of extra benefits from it. So I do like this Magna Aandroidd also being able to get some removal by being able to swing over something that your opponent wouldn't think so. So if you have 3 or more security cards, this gains plus 4k DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. So something nice you can do is you can swing in, it's an 11k, and then you can go into a level 6, and it keeps that plus 4k boost until the end of the turn, which is kind of nice. We also do have some Aandroids as well. It's just a good card. Being able to, when digivolving, give something security attack -2, which means you have some chances to live. It's very good against Imperodramon if they have like a Paildramon out, and they're going to go into Imperodramon to do some damage. You can just Aandroidd there and you get some benefit from it. We also do, once again, if you just have Mimicmon 2, you can go 2 Mimicmon and then 3 into Aandroidd. You get a level 5 out for 5, and then also you get the when digivolving effect to prevent them from doing their stuff. So I like that. I think that's kind of nice for what it is. And the inheritable for this is great too, being able to swing and play a rookie for free, especially if we're playing so much kind of memory help to keep it on our turn when we go into a level 6. Just means that we can activate this 1 turn earlier and we get some more benefits from it, which is really nice. We're also just playing one of the regular Aandroidd as well, or Aandroidd. So once again, being able to just go into Mimic into this for 5 for recovery is nice, and once again having a level 5 just to go into our plays. Maybe I do like 3 Aandroids, Magna Aandroids, and 2 of these ones as well. I'm still kind of up in the air with it, but I think these are the ones for it. I know we don't have the War Growlmon, which is good for its kind of ability to pop things, but that's not really what this deck's about, so I'm not running it. So these are the 4s and 5s, and we're going to go to our 6 drops, which you should know what they are. They should not be spoilers to you, but let's go to them real quick. We do have the Mastemon here, one of my favorite cards in the entire game. One of the first, multicolored cards as well. So Digivolve for 4. When this card's played, when Digivolving, trash 1 card from the top of both players' security stacks. Then play 1 purple-yellow Digimon at level 4 or less when you trash without paying its memory. So as you can see, there's a lot of good hits from here. Obviously, the Gatomon is one of the best ones. Being able to just hit a blocker is fine too, mitigate that damage. Being able to hit a Lucamon, a Starmon, a Pulsemon, a Bushy Agumon, Patamon, a lot of good hits in this deck. That's just kind of the idea of it, being able to give damage to your opponent and then also generate a board, especially since if you're able to keep it your turn and you do have the Aandroidd underneath it, you're able to swing, play some rookies, and get some benefits from you there. Very, very good card. And then we do have the Dynasmon, which I have to read because it's a little bit confusing on how it is, but it is a 12 cost for 2 Digivolve effect, and then it says when digivolving, you may trash the top card of your security stack to reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. Add up to 2 level 6 or lower Digimon among them to your hand, then trash the remaining cards. And all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery +1. So if you have 4 security when you play this, you go down to 3, and then it procs its other effect to go back up to 4. And then this is also both turns. So this is on your opponent's turn, which means the first time they swing into you, from 4 to 3, you get that extras. I mean, you just have a lot of passive recovery, which is really, really nice. So I do like the idea of that, especially when we're playing against decks that are really, really aggressive in hitting your security. And then also something that I sometimes have an issue with in this deck in general is that sometimes you have a hard time getting the cards you need into your trash so you can play them with your Mastemon, because that's the only place from the trash, and we're not playing a purple in any regards besides it. So it is somewhat tricky to get those cards from our hand or even our security or our deck to our trash. So being able to trash the cards with Dynasmon to get them in there so you can get the effects you want off the Mastemon or something like that, I think is really, really valuable. Then we're also playing 2 Zwart defeats just because they're fantastic. We do have a lot of security kind of gain and stuff going on, so that is nice. And then you can use Mastemon to you can digivolve into it from Mastemon, and you can get the benefits from there. So I think that's worth running 2 of. I don't think 3 is what you should do. So just 2. It's kind of hard to get a level 7 in this deck just because everything's purple, yellow until the top end, and there's not any currently, hybrid like level 6s that yellow and purple that go into purple. So I think Zwart Defeat is a good compromise there. And just to round off the list, we have 2 TKs because we're running a yellow list, so you got to play TK. 2 Blinding Rays for the same reason, being able to get the extra memory. But we do have some extra benefits for this list in general. Once again, we do have Wizardmon, which would mean that we get 3 memory if we activate it when we want to. And just being able to extend our plays helps us so much. And when we have to get to certain security numbers, especially with like an Aandroidd or the other ones like Gatomon, let's say we're at 4, we can use the Blinding Ray to go down to 3 and then get it cheaper, and they can just hard cast this and get the full value from it while also preventing your opponent from getting memory, which is nice. And then 1 of the broken card, Reinforcing Memory Boost. It's not limited yet, but I'm only running at 1, and I think max I'd only run 2 of it, but being able to get some recovery, and most of the memory boost on this is the really good part about it anyway, so I think that's kind of worth it. But that's about it. I think the only other card that I'd maybe add, and I add it to everything, is Analog Youth, just because it does, once again, fill up our trash area with cards that we want there anyways to play with Mastemon, and the extra benefits of getting some memory gain and stuff too. So that's something I'd maybe consider going forward, but I think just this idea is good. I've been playing Mastemon for pretty much since its release in America, so almost a year, my goodness. And it's just one of my favorite archetypes just because it's really fun. And I feel like there's a lot of interactions you got to decide. You got to pick what you want to do. And there's always a lot of routes, which makes it really interesting. But that's going to be it. This is going to be this video for you guys. Once again, if you just care about the deck list, well, thank you for making it this far in the video. But it is in the description if you just want to check that out. I will be doing some more streams in the next couple of weeks as well. And I have a bunch of packs. As of this recording, we do have, I believe, 18 packs left, and we've only have 1 big hit on the alt art. So there is, there's at least 6 super rares, another alt art secret rare slot, if not 2. So that is something to consider. So please check out the Twitch streams and keep, afloat on that. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this list, what cards you would add or change, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it.